of the dead magisters.
Hear ye, hear ye! What a pile of junk.
They got damaged in the fire.
I'll give you that.
The royal guard's eyes widen as you approach, and his calloused fingers reach towards the wolf insignia adorning his uniform.
Marcus. Marcus Miles.
Would cheer the bride for the size of her nose.
The dwarf presses a forefinger against her lips and lets out a shush.
You don't know me, but I know you. The rebellion lives, Marcus. You're lucky to have found an ally here. You won't find many in this house, and certainly not among the Queen's regiment. That Isbeil hasn't found me out is a minor miracle. Lora? I knew to expect a sorcerer. I didn't know it'd be you.
He leans closer, his voice tight.
The rebellion is in danger. You are in danger. Do not reveal yourself here, Marcus. The guards won't know you unless you announce yourself. Your rebels brave the hinterlands, they brave the wave dancer, and now they brave a poisoned cord.
He nods to the door, then takes the rigid stance of a proper royal guardsman.
They kicked me out. Don't they know who I am?
Should do a stock take. Maybe tidy the shelves.
Nothing sacred anymore. Or safe.
All I did was cheer the bride for the sight.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Sorry, it's been, quite a day. You need a hand with anything, let me know.
I'd be drawing breath now if I was in the garden.
He rubs his jaw in thought and gives you a long look.
Lora, eh? The boss has been getting messages from dwarves all over, but that is an interesting one. He's not exactly everyone's favourite dwarf. Not that you're winning too many popularity polls yourself, Beast. No offence. But talk to the guard at the door. I really shouldn't say any more. Before you go, I should tell you, the boss has certain exclusive wares for a few choice customers. You seem like the type to appreciate such things. Thought you'd be interested. Never hurts to take our mind off these terrible times. You'll find we have some
I'm lucky I was posted indoors. I'd be drawing breath now if I was in the garden.
All I did was cheer the bride for the size of her nose.
Bloody void woken at a wedding. If that ain't a bad omen, nothing is.
They kicked me out. Don't they know who I am?
I was hired to guard a wedding. Nobody said anything about fighting.
Ooh, not bad, eh? Take care of yourself.
The royal protector sighs, but barely looks up from the floorboards.
If you're here for the wedding, there was... It's over now. So be on your way.
At the mention of Lora, she straightens her spine, reaches behind her, and then opens the door. With a jerk of her head, she motions you inside.
That ain't a bad omen.
Something stinks around here. So much death on such a lovely day. found something. You look hostile. Time to play. Greet the Reaper for me.
What is happening out here? Haven't we seen enough tragedy today?
The guard pauses as he takes you in. You brace yourself for an attack, but he either doesn't recognize the infamous beast, or he doesn't care. He considers the wreckage surrounding the ex-cake. Understanding dawns.
That cake, it came from the doctor, with a letter of congratulation. It was truly a magnificent sight, but the wedding was cut short before we could even slice it. Void-woken, sabotage, bad cake. You'd think someone had it in for our little lady. Few have seen his face, and no one knows his name. He corresponds only by messenger. The townspeople seldom speak of him, which is strange now that I think of it. He'll open your belly and fill it with jelly. The doctor is in, the doctor is in. He'll rip off your toes and shove them up your nose. The doctor is in, the doctor is in. Heard a kid singing that the other day. Her mother heard it too and beat the poor tyke senseless. That was funny, I have to admit. Gotta take your entertainment where you can when you're on duty. There is little to tell. He's just the doctor. He speaks to few, and few wish to speak of him unless they're desperate. No one even knows his name. It's easiest if I show you. Let me see your map.
He shakes his head and whistles as he identifies the doctor's home on your map.
If there was ever a house that was haunted, well, that's the one. They say almost no one gets in, and those who do never come out. Can't say I blame you. I don't want to appear disloyal, but as dwarven weddings go, this one...
The dwarf stares grimly into space. Rings adorn his fingers, some of which glitter with ornate rose-tinted jewels.
If you'll excuse me, I'd just as soon be left with my thoughts. Yes, it's been a horrendous day. Still, it's a fine match. With her assets and my name,
He glances over at his distraught bride as she takes another sip from her goblet.
Events like today's do have a way of putting things in perspective. There's much to be gained from this alliance. It survived the Voidwoken after all. Out with the old, in with the new, I suppose. Yet, Old Man Ross left the incident quite unharmed.
Love? Goodness beard, is that what passes for sense among the lower classes? Well, she is quite enamored with me, of course. I can be, well, irresistible. But no. In my family, marriage is a more practical matter. Our union means I can continue my work. A job? Oh, please don't be churlish. I'm no dairymaid desperate for her next meal. I follow my passion. Alchemy. Potions which, at a sip, can heal or kill, can grant strength, speed, or compliance, which have the power to transform base metal into gold.
He glances across the room, where his betrothed is pouring herself another goblet of wine.
Yes, indeed. Our union will definitely be of value, even with today's rather dark start.
And how dare you judge me for my actions? What I do here today ensures the survival of my house. It ensures the survival of my work, and I would not give a dog's bark for your opinions. Now leave me be. I would choose the Voidwoken over this company.
Nothing's sacred anymore. Or safe.
I am so sorry. How could I have known?
She looks up at you with glassy eyes, wiping her tear-streaked face on one brocade sleeve.
A girl's wedding should be the happiest day of her life.
She looks down at her feet. Seeing her blood-spattered wedding slippers, her face crumples and tears spring from her eyes.
I should be so happy. Everybody should be so happy. But before we could even cut our wedding cake, there were voidwoken everywhere. We barely made it indoors alive. But not everyone was so lucky. I can hardly bear to think of them. What are you insinuating? We're merchants, not mystics. You should have seen those void monsters. All that blood, all that death. They didn't deserve... We didn't.
She buries her head in her hands, sobbing uncontrollably.
I can't accept them. I know you mean well, but how can I celebrate now? Void woken on my wedding day.
She turns and waves one timid hand to her husband on the balcony. He offers an apathetic grunt in return. She blinks back tears from her pink-tinged eyes.
Please forgive him. He's broken up. It's a lot to take in. We lost so much in the blink of an eye. What else? We're both torn to bits.
She takes a shuddering breath and idly itches her face. You'd expect her cheeks to be ruddy from tears, but they are pale instead, almost translucent, revealing the vessels snaking underneath.
I have been feeling peaky lately. My darling said it was the rosy glow of a woman in love. But now, I think it was a warning. A sign of the massacre to come.
Nobody said anything about fighting monsters.
My lord, I beg your pardon, but the feast has been cut short due to active gods.
The woman cries on.
Bad omen, nothing is.
A well-dressed dwarf paces around the room, overseeing the packing of trunks. He doesn't look up as he addresses you.
Yes, thank you for coming. Indeed, it would have been a beautiful ceremony, if only...
The dwarf trails off as he takes in the sight of you. His face goes from soft to stern as his eyes...
Marcus Miles, of all the days, I've enough on my mind without the likes of you turning up. Heh, you're no royal, not anymore. A beast you were and a beast you remain. There's only one reason you'd come to Arx. You're looking for Justinia. You're a fool, beast. Heed my advice and leave this place before you do something stupid.
He peers into your eyes, looking for a sign of honest intent, and, satisfied, his face softens.
When the crackdowns and decrees came, I defended her. When she exiled you, I joined in the applause. But this new plan of hers, I want to believe I do, but... Death fog? Something's not right, Marcus. She's tuned me out. Well, she's tuned everyone out. Everyone but that advisor of hers, that Isbeil. Her quacking all but drowns us out. She's holding court in the sewers, if you can believe it. Go to my wine cellar. Pull out the vintage called Lula Bell. It will open the way for you. And take this key. You'll know where to use it when the time comes. Is there more you need from me? awful. Just awful. I spent a fortune on the decor alone. The Void Woken have made quite a mess of the place. Attack toys, you say? Any other day I wouldn't believe you. Today, nothing can surprise me. What's next? An army of poison toads? Looks like I'll need to have a word with the doctor. Right after you've gone. Which should be any moment now, I'm sure.
Ross taps his foot impatiently and steals a glance at his half-packed boxes.
You already know how close the danger is. If it all goes to hell, I don't plan on being anywhere near the... Yes? Hurry it along.
You've come to serve, yes? Excellent. Bring me my slippers. Chop chop. Aw, it's always so adorable when the peasants pretend they have lives of their own.
Void Woken at a wedding. If that ain't a bad omen.
A guard rushes in front of you, and before you can flinch, the point of a sharp spear draws a bead of blood from the artery in your neck.
Halt! State your name. Now!
Marcus! Guard, lower your spear. An old friend's come to pay a visit.
Isbeil, we must not...
I'm well aware of the beast's ambitions, Your Highness.
Do as she says. Lower your spear.
Yes, of course, my queen.
Unusual visit, I should say.
One we are most certain. Your Highness, Bloom of Duna, Flame of the Forge, I present your bastard cousin and the seed of divinity, Marcus Miles!
Queen Justinia sucks in her cheeks, then offers you her unwavering hand, which you promptly rebuff.
I should have expected such boorishness from you, Marcus. You've always had a monster lurking in you, after all.
Justinia frowns and looks to Isbeil, whose smirk now twists her face into a preposterous knot.
What? Nonsense, Marcus. It cannot be.
Oh, but you're a clever one, Mr. Miles, aren't you? Fine, you've outed me. But it doesn't matter. You can't stop the death fog. The wheels are in motion.
Isbeil?
Shut your royal maw, Justinia. Arcs will fall and your memory writ. They will believe it was your will, your plan, your command.
For a moment, Isbeil appears almost relaxed. Her eyes flash blue, her face quivers.
Isbeil?
My queen, forgive me, I...
Isbeil screams in pain and clutches her head. She bobs and sways, muttering indecipherable words under her breath.
Bedet kifamod un kaegad, rewem eke sifavin et bukamar anafking, gogenim ik she.
You blink yourself awake to the cold gaze of 1,000 stones and the hot gaze of the dwarf Isbeil, right hand of the queen.
Oh, good. You're awake. Yeah, at first I figured I'd just kill you. But then I thought, Isbeil, you're wasting an opportunity here. Don't bother thanking me just yet, though. I dare say you'll be begging to die before long. So I'll start with lesser toxins, just to see how you react, and take it from there. How strong a dose can a god-woken handle? How long does it take for one to succumb? So many questions.
You cannot move your arm, your leg, your head. They are no match for the pull of gravity. Your lips open, but no words spill forth. She has paralyzed you. Only your eyes are free to move.
Don't fight it. You'll only make things worse. Oh, but I've been so rude. You should know the real me. Oh, it's good to give myself a rest. Those masks can be darned pesky. Good. Make yourself comfortable. The harder you fight, the harder the experiment will be on you. That dose proves quite alarming for my normal subject. Let's try a new approach, shall we?
The attempt is futile. Every inch of your body is useless, though your senses still register every sight, sound, and smell.
Let's see now. Oh, I have just the thing. Just a spritz, mind you.
You struggle to move, and you feel your toes wiggle, and your fingers twitch. The paralysis is waning.
Interesting. Some of the results are quite unexpected. Now, let's move on to death fog. Live or die, you've already proven most... Well, I was going to say useful, but perhaps entertaining is the better word.
Isbeil turns the ramp, but no fog wafts forth. In that moment, you feel your bones and muscles awaken. You've regained control of your body at last.
What's wrong with it? Guards! Come! The guard worker's broken free of my spell!
I've got to get out of this death trap.
right where I was.
You look at your companions in shock. Black Ring influence or not, the enormity of the Queen's plan is revealed. To kill everyone in the city.
It's a preemptive attack. Queen Justinia pursues victory with cunning.